What's up, guys? This is going to be our 300 subscriber special, and I've been saying I was going to do this for the TikTok channel. I just never end up getting to it, so I'm going to do a long-form video going through all of the message requests for video ideas, opinions on stuff that's going on, or just funny memes that you guys send me. I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's get started. Alright, our first question is going to be coming from 100 Stop Sign. Yo, do you think Cody Garbrandt can become champ again? No. No. He doesn't have a chin. He's technical, yes. The division has just moved past him. Like, that's the sad fact. Dominic Cruz, who overall is better. Cody Garbrandt's best ever performance is when he momentarily became the best fighter in the UFC when he fought Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz is barely keeping up with a modern-day bantamweight. Bro got KO'd by Chito Vera. However, if I had to make an argument for Cody Garbrandt, it's not like he is suffering from Michael Chandler syndrome. For those of you who aren't a part of the channel or haven't been a part of it for that long, Michael Chandler syndrome is when you have a pathway to victory, and you just don't do it, and you do the exact opposite. I.e., Michael Chandler, when he has a background in wrestling, but insists on striking with Justin Gaethje. I mean, we saw in his last fight, he still has that creativity. He was going for like those weird low kicks that he seems to be the only person who does it. So, the good parts about Cody Garbrandt are still there. Just minus the chin. And when I mean by minus the chin, I mean there is nothing left. It is just kept together by Gorilla Glue and duct tape at this point, and we're just hoping it works out. Our next question comes from Charlie Crickmar. I really hope I'm saying that right. Massive fan of your videos, bro. Been watching you for months. Thanks, man. And his question is, what do you think we should do with Michael Chandler instead of having him do the Conor fight or keeping him waiting? And you give a few examples of have him fight either Gamrot or the winner of Hooker versus Bobby Green. That's pretty good. Now, I think Michael Chandler is not going to pull out of his fight with Conor McGregor because the fact is, he stands to make a lot of money there. I'd say it's in the realm of 5 to 10 million. And the reason I say that is because due to the court case that's going on with the UFC, we found out that Conor's been making, at bare minimum, $2 million for every single fight since the Chad Mendes fight. For reference, Demetrius Johnson only made $260,000 for his title defense against Henry Cejudo. Yes, a little bit off topic there. All I'm saying is money talks. He's not going to pull out of his Conor McGregor fight. Now, what I think we should do is instead of Hooker versus Green, I think of the two that you gave, I'd really like to see him fight Gamrot, but I think they're going to save Gamrot for the loser of Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. I think that's going to be Charles. I think we're going to see a Charles Oliveira versus Gamrot fight. And I think Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler again would be interesting, but it doesn't mean as much as it did the first time. And the first time, Dan Hooker just kind of proved he's a very inconsistent fighter. One day, he is a dog. The other day, he gets wiped by Michael Chandler in the first round. So that's why I think Bobby Green is a better fight for him. Or even a Darius. Have him fight the winner of Arman Tsarukyan versus Beneil Darius if he loses the Conor or he doesn't want to do the Conor fight. But yeah, there you go. Thank you for the question, brother. Our next question comes from FTBL. I'm just going to say football 15 because I think that's what you mean. Your question is, please do a what if Khabib lost to Conor McGregor. I think that timeline looks like Conor fans have now become another world religion, and I think the Dagestani fan base would have died before it even started. In all seriousness, actually, no, I think that's what it would look like. Imagine a world where the Dagestani fan base didn't exist. And let me just start off by saying here, I don't dislike Dagestani fighters for the most part. I just hate the fan base, okay? They are some of the most fanatical fans I have ever seen. Dagestani fans are what people think Conor fans are. Say what you want about Conor fans, they're just casual fans that are really passionate about their fighter. But Dagestani fans are borderline a new religion. I mean, imagine being so petty that Conor McGregor can't even post a video of him chilling with his kids without you going into the comment section and saying something like, oh, look, Mick Tapper chilling with his children. And listen, it's funny up to a certain point, bro. But your guy's not fighting anymore. Khabib's not even saying anything. Conor's at least fighting. Question comes from Muhammad Ali. Who do you think is going to be in UFC 300? Okay, this is how we get a little bit hypothetical. But this is my dream main and co-main, and I might throw in a few extra fights. But my dream main event is Islam Makhachev fighting the new welterweight champion. I believe it's either going to be Leon Edwards or Colby Covington. I think the champion of it isn't going to get another fight in because Colby is not that active. Neither is Leon, apparently. So I think Islam Makhachev beats Charles Oliveira. I think that's why they put him in January. And since Leon and Colby are fighting in December, they can make that turnaround for UFC 300. And that's going to be your co-main. Islam now gets to try to become a double champion. And I love that fight. I don't care if it's Leon. I don't care if it's Colby. If it's Colby, I think the pay-per-view would sell better because I think the press conference would be insane. I think your co-main is going to look something like... I mean, it depends. If Conor can make the turnaround, we could potentially see a Conor McGregor versus Justin Gaethje for the BMF belt. Or, what I believe it's going to be, Khamzat Chimaev versus Israel Adesanya, or Khamzat versus Sean Strickland. The only reason why I'm not cemented in my pick here is because I'm not sure how much money we got to offer Israel for him to come back to fight in the co-main, especially if he's not going to get any pay-per-view points, because he's not a champion. Maybe they might cut a deal, like, you'll get a percentage, but, like, not as big as a percentage as you were getting. I think Khamzat will be able to make the turnaround for UFC 300. I know Strickland can, because Strickland has fought on a 1 month notice before. It's just a matter of how much money we got to throw at him for that fight to get made. But Khamzat Chimaev, I believe, is going to be on UFC 300. All right, we got one more, and this is coming from Aaron Maher, okay? I'm so sorry if I pronounced any of your guys' name wrong, but I'm answering your question, so don't get too mad at me. Who do you think is going to win, Sergey Pavlovich or Tommy? Please, can you make a video if you haven't already? Personally, I want Tom Aspinall to win because he's fighting out of England. Same, okay. I want Tom Aspinall to submit Sergey Pavlovich in the first round. The only reason, because you have people on the left, you got people on the right that are saying Sergey Pavlovich is going to make it a clinic and beat him into submission. Or you have the Tom Aspinall fans who believe he's going to submit him in the first round. I'm not sure, purely because this is Tom Aspinall not with a full camp. We don't know what that type of Tom Aspinall looks like. But we know Sergey knew he was potentially going to be fighting on this card because he was already the backup. I would favor Sergey, but stylistically, I favor Tom Aspinall. So, for the sake of just putting it out into the universe, I'm going to say Tom Aspinall, but I think it's going to go later. I think if he submits him, it's going to be in the 3rd or 4th round. But yeah, there you go. That's the first ever Q&A. Thank you for getting me to 300 subscribers. It means a lot. Don't forget, we get to 1,000, I'll be hosting a giveaway. I'm not sure what it's going to be. Maybe UFC 5. Maybe like those little Easter stone heads that Poetan has. I'm not really sure yet. But if we get to 1,000, I'll host a giveaway. Thank you guys. Peace.